Sam crouched behind a slab of broken metal that had once been part of a landing platform. It was bent and scorched, half buried in gray dust. The metal vibrated every few seconds as distant blasts shook the ground. Each vibration made Sam's chest tighten. He tried to breathe slowly, but the air smelled sharp and burned, and every breath felt wrong. He had never planned to be here. Just 3 weeks ago, Sam had been on a quiet station orbiting a blue gas giant, checking soil scans and fixing weather sensors. The job had sounded boring, and that was exactly why he had taken it. Survey work paid well and usually meant empty worlds, long days, and no surprises. Sam liked no surprises. This planet had not been empty. The first sign of trouble had been the silence. The automated beacon on the surface had gone dark just before Sam's shuttle landed. That should have been a warning. Sam knew that now. At the time, he told himself it was just a power fault. Beacons failed all the time. He told himself he would land, fix it, and be gone within the day. Instead, he found smoke on the horizon and wreckage scattered across the plains. Now he was crouched behind scrap metal while alien weapons fire cracked the air like thunder. Bright streaks cut across the sky, flashing blue and white before slamming into the ground or distant ruins. Sam didn't understand who was fighting or why. He only knew he was very small, very human, and very much in the wrong place. A loud impact hit close by, spraying dust over him. Sam flinched and pressed himself tighter against the metal. His hands were shaking. He clenched them into fists and forced them still. Panic would not help. Panic never helped. He kept his eyes on the ground. That was when a shadow fell over him. Before Sam could react, a strong hand grabbed his arm. The grip was firm but controlled, not crushing. Sam gasped as he was pulled up and dragged backward. His boots scraped over stone and dust as he struggled to keep his footing. "Move," a rough voice said. Sam didn't argue. He let himself be pulled. They ducked behind a fallen wall just as something slammed into the metal slab Sam had been hiding behind moments earlier. The slab tore free from the ground and flew apart in a rain of sparks. Sam's heart pounded as he realized how close that had been. The one who had pulled him to safety stood tall even while crouched. He was clearly not human. His body was built for combat: broad shoulders, long arms, thick armor plates that looked grown rather than manufactured. His skin was a dull gray-brown, marked with old scars. His eyes were dark and steady. An alien mercenary. Sam had seen their kind before in station ports, always surrounded by warnings and armed guards. They were known for selling their skill to the highest bidder and surviving battles that wiped out entire units. Sam had never expected one to save him. The mercenary glanced at Sam, then back toward the battlefield. His movements were calm, almost relaxed, even as explosions shook the ground. "Stay close," the mercenary said sharply. His voice was deep and rough but clear. "And no peeking." Sam nodded without question. "Okay," Sam said, keeping his voice low. He didn't ask what "no peeking" meant. He didn't ask why the mercenary was helping him. He didn't ask anything at all. He simply lowered his gaze and focused on the ground near the alien's feet. That seemed to please the mercenary. They began to move. The mercenary kept one hand on Sam's arm, guiding him through narrow paths between broken stone and twisted metal. Sam followed, stepping where he was guided, trusting the pull and pressure of that hand. He could hear the battle all around them, shouts in languages he didn't know, the hum of weapons charging, the sharp crack of fire released. He did not look. Every instinct in Sam's body screamed at him to look, to understand what was happening, to see the danger so he could avoid it. But another part of him, a quieter and older part, told him to listen instead. Listen and follow. Curiosity could wait. Survival could not. They stopped briefly behind a low ridge. The mercenary leaned out just enough to observe something. Sam watched the mercenary's boots and the dust shifting under them. He noticed small details instead: the way the ground vibrated differently when heavy weapons fired, the pattern of sound that suggested movement to the left rather than the right. Sam filed these things away without thinking. "You're human," the mercenary said suddenly. "Yes," Sam replied. "Survey tech." Sam hesitated, surprised. "Yes. How did you know?" "You don't move like a fighter," the mercenary said. "But you listen." Sam took that as a compliment. Another blast hit close by. The mercenary shifted his stance, placing himself slightly in front of Sam, blocking whatever lay ahead. "No peeking," he repeated, more firmly this time. "I won't," Sam said. They moved again, faster now. The mercenary's grip tightened just enough to signal urgency. Sam stumbled once, then recovered. His heart was racing, but his mind felt strangely clear. There was nothing he could do to fight. Nothing he could do to change the battle. All he could do was survive the next few minutes. So he did exactly what he was told. At one point, a bright light flashed so close that even with his eyes down, Sam saw it reflect off the ground. His instincts flared. He almost looked up. Almost. He squeezed his eyes shut instead and turned his head away. The mercenary noticed. "Good," he said quietly. They reached a deeper shelter, a half-buried structure that looked ancient, its surface worn smooth by time. The mercenary guided Sam inside. The noise outside dulled, becoming distant and muffled. For the first time since the fighting began, Sam felt like he could breathe. The mercenary released Sam's arm and stood watch near the entrance. Sam sat down against the wall, his legs weak. He kept his eyes low, staring at the floor. "Why are you helping me?" Sam asked after a moment. There was a pause. "You were in the way," the mercenary said. "And you followed orders." Sam nodded. That made sense. As much sense as anything did today. The mercenary glanced back at Sam. "Name?" "Sam," he said. "Cole," the mercenary replied. Sam let the name settle. Simple. Solid. Outside, the battle continued, but here for now there was space to think. Sam knew this was not over. He knew things could still go very wrong. But he was alive. And he had learned something important already. Sometimes, not looking was the smartest thing a human could do. They did not stay in the shelter for long. Cole listened to the sounds outside, his head tilted slightly, as if he could read meaning in every distant echo. When the noise shifted, when the sharp cracks of weapons moved farther away, he lifted one hand. "Time to go," he said. Sam stood up at once. His legs still felt weak, but they held. He stayed close, just as Cole had told him. Close enough that he could feel the heavy steps through the ground before he saw Cole move. They stepped back into the ruins. The land around them looked broken in a way Sam had never seen before. This was not simple destruction. Walls leaned at strange angles, half melted and half shattered. Metal frames twisted like soft wire. Stone blocks floated a few inches above the ground, slowly turning as if caught in invisible water. And everywhere there was light. Tall shapes rose from the ground, smooth and dark, with lines of glowing color running through them. The light was not bright like fire. It was steady and calm, almost gentle. Blues, greens, and soft whites flowed across the surfaces in slow patterns. Sam felt a pull toward them at once. They were beautiful. Cole stepped directly into Sam's path, blocking his view. "Eyes down," Cole said. Sam obeyed. He focused on the ground again, though it took effort this time. His curiosity pressed hard against his self-control. He had studied alien worlds for years. He had never seen anything like this. As they walked, Sam noticed something else. They were not alone. At the edge of his vision, Sam saw movement. Shapes darting between ruins. Tall figures with long limbs. Smaller ones that moved in groups. Several different species, all armed, all tense. But none of them went near the glowing structures. They kept their distance. Wide distance. Some of them saw Sam and Cole moving through the area. A few raised weapons. Most froze. Some backed away at once. One group, a trio with layered armor and narrow faces, watched from behind a collapsed tower. When they noticed Cole placing himself between Sam and the glowing shapes, they exchanged quick gestures. Then they turned and left, retreating without a word. Sam didn't understand. But he noticed. They walked for a long time. Through open ground where debris crunched underfoot. Through narrow halls where ancient walls leaned close on both sides. Cole always walked slightly ahead and slightly to the side, adjusting his position so Sam never had a clear view of the glowing structures. It was not random. It was careful. Sam began to realize that no peeking was not just a warning. It was a rule. One Cole took very seriously. At one point, a sudden vibration ran through the ground. One of the glowing structures pulsed brighter for a moment. Sam felt it in his chest like a pressure that made his thoughts slow. Cole reacted instantly. He stepped closer, one arm lifting to block Sam's line of sight, his body tense. "Stop," Cole said. They stood still. Sam kept his eyes down and waited. The pressure faded after a few seconds. The glow returned to its slow, steady pattern. Only then did Cole relax. They moved again. Sam wanted to ask questions. He had so many. What were the structures? Why did they glow? Why did other species avoid them? Why was Cole, a mercenary, moving through this place at all? But Sam didn't ask. Not because he didn't care. Because he could see that asking would not help. Cole spoke when he wanted to speak. When he did not, silence was safer. As they walked, Sam focused on small, simple things. He counted steps. He watched shadows. He noted how Cole's pace changed near certain areas, how his shoulders tightened when they passed closer to the glowing shapes. Sam learned the rhythm of it. Left turn, slow down. Right turn, faster. Pause. Wait. Move. At one point they came across a wide open plaza. Several glowing structures stood there, taller than any building Sam had ever seen. The light reflected off the ground, painting everything in soft color. Cole stopped at the edge of the plaza. "We go around," he said. "That will take longer," Sam replied before he could stop himself. Cole looked at him. Not angry. Not surprised. Just thoughtful. "Yes," Cole said. "It will." And they went around. As they moved along the long path, skirting the plaza, Sam noticed signs of panic left behind. Dropped weapons. Scratches on walls. Deep marks in the stone where claws or tools had dug in. Some of the marks looked recent. Some looked old. Very old. Sam swallowed. This place had been dangerous long before today's battle. They passed a fallen alien lying still near a wall. Sam recognized the species from station records. Strong, aggressive, known for fearlessness. The alien's eyes were open, staring at nothing. There were no visible wounds. Sam looked away quickly, heart pounding. Cole noticed. "Keep moving," Cole said. They did. Time stretched. Sam lost track of how long they had been walking. The battle sounds faded and returned in waves. Sometimes they were close enough that Sam could feel the air shake. Other times, the ruins felt empty and quiet, broken only by the hum of the glowing structures. At one point, they encountered another group of aliens at close range. There were 4 of them, armed and alert. When they saw Cole, their weapons lowered slightly. When they saw Sam, they stiffened. When they saw where Sam was not looking, they froze. One of them spoke in a low, tense voice. Sam didn't understand the words, but he understood the tone. Cole replied calmly. The other aliens glanced toward the glowing structures, then back at Sam. Their posture changed. Less threat. More caution. They stepped aside and let Cole and Sam pass. As they walked on, Sam realized something important. Cole was not just protecting Sam. Cole was protecting everyone else from Sam being exposed to something. That thought stayed with him. They reached a narrow passage where the ruins formed a tunnel. The light from the glowing structures barely reached inside. The air felt cooler here. Cole slowed and checked the path ahead. "You're doing well," he said suddenly. Sam blinked. "I am?" "Yes," Cole said. "Most would not." "Would not what?" Sam asked. "Stay quiet," Cole said. "Stay focused. Not look." Sam considered that. "I'm used to following procedures." Cole made a low sound that might have been a laugh. "Others argue. They demand answers. They believe knowing means control." "And you don't?" Sam asked. "I believe survival comes first," Cole replied. Sam nodded. That made sense. They continued through the tunnel. At the far end, the ground sloped downward. The glow from the structures was weaker here, but Sam could still feel it, like a distant hum under his thoughts. He kept his eyes down. By the time they stopped again, Sam felt exhausted but steady. His fear had not vanished, but it had changed. It was quieter now, shaped by awareness instead of panic. Cole looked back at him once more. "You listen," Cole said. "That is rare." Sam didn't know how to respond, so he simply said, "You told me to." Cole turned away, leading them onward through the ruins, past dangers Sam did not see and did not need to see. And without realizing it, Sam had earned something valuable. Not protection. Respect. They were moving along the edge of a collapsed transitway when it happened. The air changed first. Sam felt it before he heard anything. A low pressure pushed against his chest, as if the space around him had grown heavier. Cole stopped so suddenly that Sam almost walked into his back. "Stay," Cole said. Sam froze. The hum that had followed them for hours deepened. It was no longer distant. It rolled through the ground, through the ruins, through Sam's bones. The glowing structures nearby responded at once. Their soft light sharpened, bright lines racing across their surfaces faster and faster. Then came the surge. A pulse of light burst outward, far brighter than before. It reflected off the ground, the walls, the broken metal around them. For a fraction of a second, the light was everywhere. Sam's eyes lifted on instinct. It was only half a second. Less maybe. Just enough. He saw shapes that did not fit together in normal ways. Angles that bent inward and outward at the same time. Patterns that felt too large for the space they occupied. The structures were not just standing there. They were connected, linked by lines of force that crossed through walls and stone as if nothing was in the way. Sam looked away at once. He turned his head down and to the side, squeezing his eyes shut. His heart slammed hard against his ribs, but it did not break into panic. His breathing went quick, then steady again. Cole spun toward him, fast and sharp, one arm already lifting as if to shield him. "Did you see?" Cole began. "I'm fine," Sam said quickly. Cole stopped mid-motion. He studied Sam closely. Sam kept his eyes down, focused on the cracked stone at his feet. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. The surge faded. The light slowed. The hum dropped back to its usual level, like a storm moving farther away. Cole lowered his arms slowly. "You looked," Cole said. "For a moment," Sam replied. His voice was calm, though his hands were damp with sweat. "I didn't mean to." Cole said nothing. He watched Sam the way one might watch a piece of unstable equipment, waiting for signs of failure. Sam waited too. He checked himself quietly. His thoughts felt clear. No confusion. No strange emotions pushing at him. No urge to look back. Instead, his mind was busy. Without trying, Sam had already sorted what he had seen into pieces. Size, distance, direction. The way the light had moved, not randomly but with purpose. The way the surge had started at one structure and jumped to others in sequence. Patterns. Cole noticed the silence stretching on. "What did you feel?" Cole asked carefully. Sam considered the question. "Pressure," he said. "Like standing too close to heavy machinery. And scale. Like I was looking at something much bigger than me." Cole's eyes narrowed slightly. "Anything else?" Sam shook his head. "No fear." That made Cole still. Most beings who saw the structures directly did not react like that. Some screamed. Some dropped their weapons and ran. Some froze and never moved again. Fear was common. Panic was expected. Calm was not. They moved again after that, slower than before. Cole kept an even closer position, blocking Sam's view more carefully. But he also kept glancing back, watching Sam from the corner of his eye. After several minutes, Cole spoke again. "Why didn't you panic?" he asked. Sam thought about it as they walked. "I wanted to," he admitted. "For a moment. But then my mind just organized it." "Organized?" Cole repeated. "Yes," Sam said. "I didn't try to understand everything. Just what mattered. Where it was. What it was doing." Cole made a low sound in his throat. "Most species try to understand meaning first." Sam frowned slightly. "Meaning comes later," he said. "If you're still alive." They reached another narrow passage, sheltered from the direct glow. Cole stopped there and leaned against the wall, his posture less tense than before but far more thoughtful. "You know what these structures do?" Cole asked. "I can guess," Sam said. Cole raised an eyebrow. "Guess." "They overwhelm," Sam said. "Not just senses, thought. They show too much at once." Cole nodded slowly. "Yes." Sam continued, choosing his words carefully. "Humans have stories about things like that. We don't face them directly. We use symbols. We imagine parts, not the whole." Cole watched him closely now. "We scare ourselves on purpose," Sam added. "In safe ways. So when something real appears, it doesn't own us." Cole was very still. "Say that again," Cole said. Sam glanced up for a brief second, only at Cole's face, not past him. "We imagine worse things than we see," he said calmly. "So when we see something terrible, it's familiar." Cole froze. This was not the answer he had expected. This was not fear speaking. This was understanding. "You are trained?" Cole asked. "No," Sam said. "Not like soldiers are. It's just how humans think. We prepare for danger by thinking about it too much." Cole turned his head slightly, looking back toward the faint glow in the distance. "Others forbid thought of such things." "That doesn't make them go away," Sam replied. Silence settled between them again. Not tense this time. Heavy but thoughtful. They resumed walking. Cole said nothing more for a long while. Sam followed, eyes down, but his mind continued to work quietly. He replayed the half-second glimpse again and again, not the shapes themselves but the movement. The order of the surge. The way the light reacted like a system, not a weapon. He didn't need to stare to learn. At one point, Cole stopped abruptly and raised a hand. Sam halted at once. Ahead of them, a section of ruin had collapsed inward, blocking the usual path. The only way forward was closer to the glowing structures than Cole seemed comfortable with. Cole stood there thinking. "You can guide me," Sam said quietly. Cole looked back. "Without looking?" "Yes," Sam said. "Tell me when to stop. When to turn." Cole hesitated. This went against every rule he knew. But the human had already broken several assumptions. They moved forward slowly. Cole gave short, clear instructions. 2 steps. Stop. Turn right. Now left. Sam followed perfectly. At one point the hum grew louder. Sam felt the pressure again. He stopped without being told. Cole noticed. You felt it? Cole said. Yes, Sam replied. Before I did, Cole added. They passed the danger point and reached safer ground. Cole exhaled slowly. He looked at Sam in a new way now. That moment, the glance, the control, the calm explanation, changed something fundamental. Cole had believed humans were fragile because they were emotional. He now understood the truth. Humans were dangerous because they could face the unknown without letting it rule them. And Sam, standing quietly with his eyes down, had just proven it. They reached the heart of the ruins as the sounds of battle outside grew distant and uneven, like a storm losing strength. The air here felt different. Heavier but also calm, as if the place was waiting. The ancient device stood at the center of a wide chamber. Sam did not look directly at it. He did not need to. He could feel it. The hum was stronger here, steady and deep. It pressed gently against his thoughts, not forcing, not shouting, just existing. Cole stopped several steps away and raised a hand, warning Sam without words. This is as close as most can stand, Cole said. Sam nodded. His eyes stayed on the floor, but his mind was already working. The half-second glimpse from earlier replayed again, clearer now. He remembered the order of the light, the way one structure responded before the others, like a signal moving through a network. It's not a weapon, Sam said quietly. Cole looked at him sharply. You're sure? Yes, Sam replied. Weapons focus outward. This focuses inward. It affects thought, fear, reaction. Cole considered that. It has driven armies mad. Because they tried to fight it, Sam said. Or understand all of it at once. Cole was silent. Sam shifted his weight slightly, listening to the hum through his body. It's old, he continued. Old systems didn't waste energy. This thing reacts to attention. The more beings focus on it, the stronger it becomes. Cole's eyes narrowed. You're saying the battle feeds it? Yes, Sam said. Fear, anger, confusion. All of that. Cole looked toward the ceiling, then back toward the distant entrance where echoes of conflict still reached them. If it continues, no one will leave this place sane. Sam took a slow breath. Then we don't fight it. We starve it. How? Cole asked. By not giving it what it wants, Sam said. No fear. No focus. No mass attention. Cole frowned. That would require everyone to stop. Not everyone, Sam said. Just the source. He lifted one hand slightly and pointed, not at the device but to the ground beside it. The first structure. The one that starts the chain. Cole followed the direction of Sam's gesture without stepping aside. You didn't see that just now. No, Sam agreed. But I remember how the surge moved. Cole studied Sam for a long moment. Then he keyed his communicator and spoke in a sharp, controlled voice, issuing orders to forces outside. Short commands. Clear instructions. Fall back. Lower weapons. Pull away from the center. Some resisted. Some argued. But Cole's reputation carried weight. As the noise outside faded further, the hum in the chamber shifted. Not louder. Softer. Sam noticed at once. It's weakening, he said. Cole looked surprised. You're right. They moved carefully. Cole adjusted his position step by step, keeping Sam shielded. Sam guided him using memory and feeling alone. 2 steps forward, Sam said. Stop. Slight turn left. Cole obeyed without question. They reached a control surface, smooth, worn, warm to the touch. Cole could feel it through his armor. The hum here was strongest but no longer pressing. What do I do? Cole asked. Nothing, Sam said. I will. Cole stiffened. You are not touching it. I don't need to, Sam replied. Just listen. Sam closed his eyes. He imagined the device not as something vast and terrifying, but as a system. Look. Input and output. Attention in, reaction out. He spoke softly, describing what he sensed. It's waiting for confirmation. It was built to guide, not control. But it has no limiters anymore. Cole listened closely. Interrupt the loop, Sam said. Break the chain between the first structure and the rest. Cole moved to act, but hesitated. If I'm wrong? You won't be, Sam said gently. Because you're not acting in fear. Cole placed his hand on the surface Sam had indicated and applied pressure in the exact place Sam described. There was no explosion. No flash. The hum stopped. Just like that. The silence felt enormous. Outside, the last echoes of battle faded completely. No more weapons fire. No more shouting. Just wind moving through broken stone. Cole slowly stepped back. The glowing structures dimmed, their light fading to nothing. They became dark, silent shapes, no longer pulling at the mind. Sam opened his eyes. "It's over," he said. Cole looked around in disbelief. "No shots fired," he said quietly. Sam gave a tired smile. "Understanding is cheaper than war." They stood there for a long moment, letting the reality settle in. The ancient device was still there, but it was no longer active. No longer dangerous. Cole turned to Sam, his expression changed in a way Sam had never seen before. Not relief. Respect. "I have fought many battles," Cole said. "Every species believes strength is the answer." Sam shrugged slightly. "Strength helps. But it's not the same as control." Cole nodded slowly. "Humans do not overpower danger." "No," Sam said. "We learn how it works. Then we decide what to do with it." Cole looked back at the silent device one last time. He finally understood why humans were feared and misunderstood across the galaxy. They did not conquer threats. They solved them. The ruins were quiet now. Not the tense quiet from before, heavy with danger and waiting fear, but a calm one. Wind moved through broken stone and empty halls. Dust drifted slowly where light once pulsed. The ancient structures stood dark and silent, just shapes again, no longer pressing against the mind. Sam stood near the edge of the chamber, breathing in air that finally felt normal. His body was tired in a deep way, the kind that came after stress faded and left only weight behind. His hands were steady now. Cole stood a short distance away, looking around as if seeing the place for the first time. His posture had changed. His shoulders were no longer tight. His stance was no longer ready for attack. Outside, figures began to appear. Different species, moving carefully at first, then with growing confidence. Weapons lowered. Voices rose, confused but calmer. No one seemed eager to come closer to the device, but they were no longer afraid of it either. The fight was over. Cole turned to Sam. For a moment he just looked at him. Not like before. Not with caution or testing. This look held something else. "You did this," Cole said. Sam shook his head. "We did," he replied. "You trusted me." Cole gave a slow nod. "Trust is expensive in my line of work." They walked together toward the exit of the ruins. The path felt shorter now, even though the ground was the same. Without the hum, without the pressure, the ruins felt empty instead of threatening. As they passed through the outer halls, Sam noticed other beings watching him. Some with curiosity. Some with unease. A few with open disbelief. Word traveled fast even without speaking. A human had walked through the heart of the ruins. A human had helped shut it down. And he had done it without violence. At the edge of the ruins, the sky opened wide above them. Smoke still hung in the distance, but it was thinning. Light from the system's sun painted the broken land in soft gold. Cole stopped walking. "This is where we part," he said. Sam stopped too. For a moment, neither spoke. "What will happen now?" Sam asked. "Salvage teams will come," Cole said. "Scholars. Guards. There will be arguments about who owns this place. About who decides what happens to the device." Sam sighed. "That sounds familiar." Cole made a quiet sound that might have been a laugh. "It does." They stood in silence again. Sam felt a strange pull in his chest. Relief, yes. But also something like sadness. He had spent only a short time with Cole, but in that time his life had changed. "So," Sam said, trying to sound casual. "What will you tell them?" Cole considered the question. "I will tell them the truth," he said. "That the device is no longer active. That fighting over it will only bring it back." "And about me?" Sam asked. Cole looked at him sideways. "I will tell them a human survey tech listened when told not to look." Sam smiled faintly. Cole studied that smile. Then, slowly, something unexpected happened. He smiled too. It was not wide. It was not practiced. It looked like something he did not do often. But it was real. "No peeking," Cole said again. This time his voice was different. "No warning. No edge. Respect." Sam met his eyes just for a second. "No peeking," he repeated. They shook hands. Cole's grip was firm but careful, as if he understood now how much strength a human could carry without showing it. As Cole turned and walked away, Sam watched him go. He did not feel small anymore. He felt grounded. Later, as Sam waited for transport, he sat on a piece of broken stone and looked out over the quiet land. Medics and engineers moved around him. No one bothered him. They seemed unsure how to approach. Sam didn't mind. He thought about the device. About the half-second glimpse that had started it all. About how close he had come to staring too long. He knew now why humans survived things others could not. They did not rush toward the unknown. They stepped back. They broke it into pieces. They imagined it safely from a distance until it lost its power. A shuttle descended in the distance, kicking up dust. Sam stood and headed toward it, ready to leave this place behind. Humans didn't look away because they were weak. They looked away because they already knew enough.